Welcome back to Project 613. We are learning about the mitzvah of immersing in a mikvah. And Maimonides tells us, when discussing this mitzvah, that just like when it comes to ritual impurity, that the whole concept of ritual impurity is a spiritual one. It's irrational. It doesn't make sense. It's not something that's a result of physical dirt. Rather, it's by divine decree, the whole concept of ritual impurity. So too, when it comes to the purification of ritual impurity that is achieved through immersing in a mikvah, that the mikvah as well it's not the physical properties of the water, the clean water that brings about the purification. Rather, the fact that immersing in a mikvah brings about purification, this is a spiritual thing. The Rambam calls it gzeras hakosov. This is by divine decree that immersing in a mikvah should have the properties of spiritual and ritual purification. And it's for this reason Maimonides tells us that when a person immerses in a mikvah, they need to have this in mind. The intention is so integral to the experience to the extent that if a person immerses in a mikvah and doesn't have the correct intention in mind, that he now wants to become ritually pure from his previous state of ritual impurity, it's as though he or she have not immersed at all. Now, although the whole concept of immersing in a mikvah is what we call a gzeras hakosov, it's by divine decree, it's not something that we can fully appreciate or understand. And nevertheless, there is a powerful lesson that we can learn from this, which Maimonides writes, and that is that just like when it comes to mikvah, the most integral thing is what a person has in mind. And so long as a person has in mind that they wish to purify themselves, that is the main thing. So too when it comes to a person removing oneself from all negative ideas and character traits and behaviors, the most integral thing is that a person should make the decision to come away from those impure thoughts and impure behaviors and to submerge themselves, to totally enter a space of spiritual purification and spiritual purity. Maimonides calls this the mei hadas hator, that a person should enter a place of spiritual, intellectual waters, which means the spiritual waters of Torah study, and Torah observance. And when a person makes this decision, this is the most important step in walking away from negative behaviors and negative character traits. This is one of the reasons as well why immersing in a mikvah, the word for immersing in a mikvah in Hebrew, which is called tevilah, the same letters that make up the word tevilah also make up another Hebrew word, habitul, which literally means when a person is able to submit themselves to something greater than themselves, when a person is able to feel that there's something greater, there is a cause greater than themselves, and they are but a part in something much bigger than themselves. So instead of focusing on their own ego and their own desires, instead they put themselves aside and they're able to focus not on what they need, but on what they are needed for. This is really the message of mikvah and immersing in a mikvah, being totally submerged in those spiritual waters and in that spiritual experience. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.